Hey guys, good morning. This is Mr. Fresh. Today is Wednesday, March 25th, and I am trying to keep my dog entertained. See, she keeps bringing me a bunny. See her? She loves that bunny. So you might hear her bark in the background. We'll see. All right, so it's March 25th. Today is what maybe some of you guys guessed would be is my favorite day of this week because it is Disney Day. Disney Day. So yes, you guys already know that I love Disney. So several things are going to happen today. So if you noticed, I'm wearing my Mickey Mouse pajama shirt. I have some Disney characters situated behind me. And then I have a Disney book to read today. So the book that I'm going to be reading, I'll tell you guys in a few moments, but I wanted to do a couple other things and start incorporating this into the movies as well, the videos as well. So each day I'm going to be reading another precept. So as you can see, these are Mr. Brown's precepts. I kind of turned them into Mr. Fresh Hour's precepts, if you remember, but I'll tell you what that is for the day. And then probably to all your guys' enjoyment, I do have my National Day calendar, so I can tell you all the goofy national days each day. All right, so another thing is I have lots of Disney stuff, as you might be able to imagine, and that includes a lot of Disney Funko Pops. I probably have sitting over here by me 4, 7, 12, 13. That's not including like the Mickeys and the Marvel, the ones that you've seen in the classroom. So I have that to show. I might talk a little bit about these stuffed animals, and then I want to show you a special something that I have built with Legos a little while back. However, because I don't want to make this video that long, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video of all the other, like me talking about all the Disney things, and if I can keep that under 5 minutes, I don't know if I will, but if I can, I might post that on the Flipgrid instead, because then I'd love to see all of your guys' Disney things if you have anything. And if not, maybe just some cool collections. Okay, so the book that I'm going to be reading is Mary Poppins by P.L. Travers. That's the book I'm going to be reading. However, for March 25th, our precept is you can do anything you want. All you have to do is believe. And this is from Ella. Okay. Let me get the bookmark in there. Okay, then for Wednesday, March 25th, it looks like there's 5 national days today, so listen up. It's Little Red Wagon Day, Lobster Newburg Day, Manatee Appreciation Day. So if you guys don't know what a manatee is, look it up. Manatee Appreciation Day, Medal of Honor Day, and Tolkien Reading Day. If you guys don't know who Tolkien is, he's the one that came out with the Hobbit books and the Lord of the Rings trilogy, J.R.R. Tolkien. So it's a special reading day for him. So if you have any Lord of the Rings or Hobbit books, you could read those today. All right, so Mary Poppins by P.L. Travers. If you are looking for number 17 Cherry Tree Lane, and it is likely that you are, for this book is all about this particular house, you'll find it. I forgot to mention, too, before I started reading, Mary Poppins is one of my all-time favorite Disney movies. The original one, and then even the new one they made was really good too. So I love Mary Poppins. 4 children live here. Jane, the oldest, Michael, her brother, and the twins. The family's nanny had left unexpectedly, and it was bedtime. Outside, the east wind blew, howling through the cherry trees that lined the streets. The wind madly spun Admiral Boone's weather vane. Michael joined his sister Jane at the window. The twins were howling as loud as the wind, and that's when they saw a strange shape flying toward them. It was a woman, carrying an umbrella in one hand and a bag in the other. The wind seemed to fling her at the house, where she landed heavily against the front door, quieting even the twins. "I've never seen that before," said Michael. Bella, stop messing with my books. Shoo. Ugh. All right. Neither had their parents, for they promptly opened the door. At the top of the landing, the children watched as this curious visitor flew up the banister. Jane and Michael slid down the banister all the time, much to their parents' dismay, but never up. Despite the wind, she was as neat as a pin. There was something exciting about her. "I am Mary Poppins." "How did you find us?" asked Jane. "The wind blew me here," she said. And then Mary Poppins wasted no time getting settled. So she slid up the banister. She removed her hat, set down her umbrella, and from her strange bag she pulled out a starched apron which she tied around her waist, a box of lozenges, a bottle of scent, a set of dominoes, 2 bathing caps, 7 flannel nightgowns, 4 cotton ones, a large bar of soap, a pair of books, a postcard album, a toothbrush, and a pack of hairpins. "Now, spit-spot to bed," she said. And before they knew it, Jane and Michael and even the twins were put in their pajamas, bathed and brushed and read to, much to their parents' and their delight. "Mary Poppins, you'll never leave us, will you?" asked Michael. "I'll stay till the wind changes," she said. From that night on, Mary took charge and the children followed, and every day with Mary was an adventure. They always waved to Miss Lark, the next-door neighbor, on their way out. "Good morning, and how are we today?" she said. Jane and Michael never knew if she was asking how they were, or how she and her spoiled, fluffy little dog were. They always stopped to admire the matchman's work. On Sunday, the matchman made chalk drawings on the sidewalk, instead of selling matches. "Strike me pink," Mary always said when she was pleased. On this particular day, Mary Poppins, Jane, and Michael were taking the bus to pay a visit to Mary's uncle, Mr. Wigg. "Why is your uncle called Mr. Wigg?" asked Michael. "Does he wear one?" "He is called Mr. Wigg because Mr. Wigg is his name," said Mary. "And he doesn't wear one. He is bald." Inside number 3 Robertson Road, an enormous table was laid for tea. But where was Mr. Wigg? Jane and Michael heard a giggle and looked up. "Oh, Uncle Albert, not again. It's not your birthday, is it?" Mary Poppins asked. "I'm afraid it is my birthday," he said. "And whenever my birthday falls on a Friday, well, it's all up with me. Absolutely UP." "Why?" asked Jane. "How?" asked Michael. Well, you see, the first funny thought, and I'm up like a balloon. And until I think of something serious, I can't get down. The children laughed, and the more they laughed, a curious thing happened. Jane felt herself growing lighter and lighter. It was a delicious feeling, which made her laugh more. Then Michael started laughing too. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie, but this is where they're laughing and it makes them like actually float up into the air. But Mary Poppins liked to be proper. Really, she said. Really, such behavior. Come up, Mary Poppins, cried the children. Think of something funny. But Mary didn't need to. She could fly even without laughing. She brought the table with her. Time for tea, announced Mr. Wig, and the children laughed some more. It's time to go, said Mary, after a while, and no need to think about serious things like school or growing up. They all came down with a thump, just in time to catch the bus home. When the days started growing shorter, Mary Poppins brought Jane and Michael to the most curious shop they had ever seen. Fanny! Annie! Mary called out in the empty shop. Annie! Fanny! Her echo called back. Miss Fanny and Miss Annie appeared with their mother, Mrs. Corey. Howdy-do, she said with a dreamy smile. She offered Jane and Michael a baker's dozen of gingerbread, each adorned with a gilt paper star. Arms piled up with the delicious dark cakes, Mary and Jane and Michael headed home. Later that night, after the gingerbread was gone and they had hidden their gold stars away in the nursery, Jane and Michael awoke to voices outside the window. Fanny and Annie each held a ladder and set them up with one end on the earth, the other in the sky. Mrs. Corey painted the sky with glue, and Mary Poppins stuck gilt stars that began to twinkle furiously. Their stars. Are the stars gold paper, or is the gold paper stars? Jane wondered. But she knew that only someone very much wiser than Michael could give her an answer. It's pretty cool. Another bedtime on a cold winter night. Michael was thinking about elephants. I wonder what happens in the zoo at night. Spit spot to bed you go, said Mary Poppins. She knows everything, but she never tells, Jane whispered. Just as they were about to drop off into sleep, they heard a voice say, Hurry! Jane and Michael followed the voice out of bed and down the lane, across the park, until they came to the zoo. In the light of the full moon, Jane and Michael saw the most amazing thing. The animals were free. In the center of it all was Mary Poppins. The voice belonged to a bear wearing a coat with brass buttons. He handed them each a ticket and told them, We are all made of the same stuff, bird and beast, star and stone. We are all one. Winter turned to spring, as it does, and the bare cherry trees on Cherry Tree Lane blossomed and rang pink petals once again. Mary Poppins was especially quiet as she tidied up after supper. For a moment, she put one hand lightly on Michael's head and the other on Jane's shoulder. There was something different in the air. Admiral Boom's weather vane confirmed. The wind had changed. Jane and Michael heard the front door slam. They rushed to their bedroom window. Jane and Michael opened the window. "Mary Poppins!" they shouted. The wind blew her over the rooftops and away from Cherry Tree Lane. Would they ever see her again? "Au revoir," she called, which means, dear reader, to meet again. All right. So those of you, if you've ever seen Mary Poppins, you notice that that story had some things that were similar, but had a lot of things that were new and different. So that's what I like about it, is that her story can just be so fun and exciting, but different. It doesn't have to be the same thing every single time. So yeah, Mary Poppins, definitely one of my favorite books. I hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, so today is day 2 of this week of e-learning. Hopefully you guys have gotten back into that Google Slides assignment and are working on today's slides, the March 25th slides for reading and writing. Make sure you also go to the e-learning direction and answer those questions. You got to read for 20 minutes, answer the questions. A lot of you guys forgot to do that yesterday. I think that's it for now. I am going to create a flip grid, so please tune into that because I want to show off all my Disney Funkos and some of the cool things I have that are Disney. So check that out. All right, talk to you later, guys. Bye.